Hi, I love you. This is Gil. Well, you probably noticed that I'm wearing my detectors. It's so that way I could detect any negative energy in you guys, in any of y'all. I think I could spot one right now. It's all of you who talk crap about San Bernardino and everything. I could see it right there. Oh, there, I see it right there. Well, anyway, nah. Well, anyway, I'm just out here. Well, I'm just gonna take these off. So, right now in this video, I'm gonna talk about like what it's like to be without internet. Because the other day, we had a blackout here the other day, and then when the lights went back on, it's like the internet just stopped working for a whole day. So we didn't have internet for a whole day, and my kids got kind of crazy about it because they love to play that games, that Genshin Impact, and other things like that that require internet, like and everything to play. So my kids, I mean, they were distraught about it, So but then they were able to live for just that one day only. Well, anyway, so they resorted to the Xbox to play some games, or the Switch, like that don't require internet to play. So they were resorting to that. And for us, Jenny Lynn, she got used to playing the music through Alexa and stuff. Like tell Alexa to play this or that, or this music or that music, but we couldn't do that. Jenny Lynn couldn't do that because Alexa required internet. So yeah, and then so what do we do on a case like that? We if the internet was not gonna come back, then we would have to resort to manual manual CDs or DVDs. Like Netflix, we can't watch that without internet. So we were like, in this case, for me, I was almost gonna be gone to get my VHSs and DVDs. Like if we feel like watching a movie, we would just get our VHSs. We have to have media. We have to have some DVDs and VHSs to play movies if we don't have the internet. And then for the music, we have to have the CDs if we want to play music, or if we want to hear music, and we have to manually like go through the CDs that we want to play. And then it could be quite an experience for the millennials who's used to being with internet, who's used to having internet and stuff. And then another thing too that's problematic without internet, I'm gonna flip over the camera. Well, actually I can't do that here. And then another thing that's bad about the internet, about not having internet, is like, these things like these lights, these bistro lights that I have behind me, they're useless. Like the features on it, it's useless if you don't have internet, because a lot of these devices, like today's fancy devices, like these bistro lights, for an example, to change the color, we need the internet to do that, and other things too. And a lot of the devices these days, like devices that we have, like the smart plugs, and any of the smart devices, like a smart thermostat if you have one, or like a smart light bulb, or anything that's what they call smart, like smart plugs. Like a lot of these devices require your phone and internet in order to be able to use them, because otherwise, if we don't have internet, that's useless. Those devices are useless. And that, for me, that's why I don't like to be dependent on those kind of devices, because I want to keep it kind of like manually, like, although cell phones and internet, this is today's world, that is not going to go away, unless of course, like one day the internet goes bad and stuff, yeah. I mean, that could be a scary thought. What do we do when the internet goes bad? So what would we do if like the internet still wasn't working, and what would we do if the internet that just decided to indefinitely not work anymore? Like what if? What would we do? How would we do without internet? Like if we didn't, like if it was never gonna come back. Well, I mean, eventually I would have to pay my bills, right? So I would have to mail. I would have to do everything manually. You know, like I would have to mail the payment for everything, all the electricity and all the bills. You know, we would have to mail we would have to mail everything. You know, and then or we would have to call. We would have to call, like to pay the bills by phone and stuff like that. I mean, that's for that part. I mean, and then let's say that like we wouldn't be able to do eBay anymore, and we wouldn't be able to shop Amazon anymore. So we would have to go to the physical store to buy everything, and then we would have to hope that we're gonna find the things that we want in that physical store. We would have to hop stores because we wouldn't have Amazon or anything if the internet was gonna indefinitely shut off. Wow, it seems like it's raining right now. It's like it's sprinkling right now. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, that what other things that you could think of that you wouldn't be able to do if the internet was to indefinitely shut off? Well, I know, I mean, we wouldn't be able to play any of those games online. We wouldn't be able to do Roblox, and we wouldn't be able to play any of those games that you play online. You would have to resort to the Xbox or any of the games that uses the physical media or down like already pre-downloaded content, and you would only be able to play anything that don't require internet. And as far as like the Facebook and stuff, like we would get bored, right? I mean, over time, without TikTok and without YouTube, we would get bored, and so we would want to start looking for things to do because we'll get bored. My kids were like, we're getting to the point where they're kind of like looking for something to do around the house since the internet didn't work for the day. I mean, for that day. And so I mean, at this point, look at the rain. It's raining right now. Yeah, look at that. Shit, it's raining. Look at that rain. Yeah, shit. Well, anyway, I mean, yeah. So I mean, without the internet, if we couldn't watch YouTube or TikTok and stuff, well, I mean, we would get bored not watching that, so we would go ahead and resort to our DVDs to play our movies, if we have them, that is. I mean, not everybody do because everybody uses Netflix, so who has DVDs anymore these days, or who has CDs these days, because everybody does their like YouTube and stuff. But if for some of us who depend on YouTube for our music or things like that, I mean, we would have to resort to like any music that we had already downloaded. So yeah, I mean, I gotta hope that you had already downloaded your music on your phone, or otherwise you're not gonna be able to play your music. So if the internet still continued to not work, so I mean, we would have to be doing that. I mean, that's what we would be dependent on, So stores, we wouldn't be able to do Amazon or eBay anymore. We would have to go to the physical stores. So we would have to go, and then we would have to hope that we're gonna find the item without having to hop too many stores, So yeah, I mean, and then what else can we think of? I mean, we wouldn't be able to order anything on eBay. So I mean. So and then let's say that you're trying to fix something in the house, like, or let's say that you're trying to figure out how to set the TV or set the TV, and then sometimes some of us go to YouTube to find out how we set this or that. And without YouTube, we're on our own on that one, or we would have to knock on someone's door, like our friend's door or something, asking them if maybe they know how to do this or that. I mean, with the TV or whatever. I mean, yeah. All I know, I mean, it was getting to the point, like, I mean, I would have pictured that if we didn't have internet all weekend long or something, my kids would probably be resorting to playing basketball or something, you know, like, or they would want to probably resort to riding bikes around the block because they would get boring, you know, without, for them, it's boring without internet. For me, I mean, for me, I think I would have more ability to handle it without internet myself. I would be able to have more ability because I lived through it in my days, you know. So I'm used to that. So, but although, like, in my honesty, you know, like, it's hard to be without internet. But I mean, I could do it. But I know that eventually it would really get to me myself. You know, I would have to say it myself. So yeah, I mean, I tell you. So I mean, that's what I have to say. So this is my video of the day. So I hope you liked this video. Apparently, like I said, you know, the internet, like the internet, it went out for one day, but it somehow went back on, you know, so we were good. I mean, you can see that I uploaded this video right now. So, I mean, so you figure how would you guys handle it without internet if the internet just stopped working and stopped forever? What would you guys do? How would you guys be able to handle it if the internet just stopped indefinitely? Like if it stopped working indefinitely, and it would be kind of hard. I mean, it would be hard. I mean, yeah. I mean, I could tell you. I mean, but I mean, so that's where it's good to know how to do some things manually, like calling in your, like, to pay your bills by phone or sending your bills by mail or things like that. We would call our phones instead of doing everything online. And then for like just when you want to shop and buy stuff on Amazon and eBay, like, you're gonna have to resort to physical stores at this point, you know. So yeah, so well, anyway, and then when we get bored of not being able to play Genshin Impact on the phone and stuff where it requires internet, you would resort to your Xbox or your old video game systems with the cartridges, or Switch or whatever, that don't require internet to play. So that we would all be resorting to DVDs and CDs, and if you don't have any digitally downloaded games anywhere, if you don't have anything digitally downloaded like music or movies, you would be resorting to DVDs and CDs, if any of you have them. If you have them, that is. If you have a collection of them, that is. But even when we do have a collection of CDs and DVDs, we're going to get bored of the same DVDs, so we're going to go out there to a physical store to buy more DVDs to watch, or just rent the DVDs, you know, like the old days, you know. So yeah, I mean, with the internet, at least with the internet in today's times, it's kind of unlimited, you know, like, and it's very convenient. You know, internet is very convenient in today's life, you know, I tell you. I mean, but the thing about internet, what's bad about it is, like, it kind of tends to take over us, you know, like my kids. I mean, they're home all day long, and they really don't get out because it's just too convenient. I mean, well, the internet is just too fun, you know, to be without. You know? I mean, it's just the way how I could explain it, you know. But yeah, I mean, well, anyway, so yeah, okay. Well, I hope you liked this video, and I'm gonna go ahead and call it the day. The sun. Right now, I'm actually using my Galaxy A12 phone, which I think it sucks. This phone sucks, man, because it was laggy, very laggy when I turned it on, and then it ran out of memory, and so I had to put in a memory card because it ran out of memory. Well, at least the nice thing about this phone is it has a memory card slot, not like my Galaxy S21. It doesn't have a memory card slot. So I mean, well, I mean, we're gonna need that on this phone anyway. So that's what I'm using right now. And then now, what's the last thing now? What about me doing YouTube? Like, how would I do YouTube without internet, like if the internet was gonna be cut off indefinitely, what would I do? Well, I mean, I don't know. I would be sad to say that. I mean, I would just be archiving my movies, my videos. I would make videos, and I would archive. I would be archiving my videos, like for when the internet ever does come back on. Yeah, well, that's what I would be doing. I would just make videos like I am now, and then I would put it on an archive, and I would still be making videos. I mean, I was still making home videos, and I would probably be making videos about life without internet at this point, you know. That's what I would be doing too. I would still be making videos, although I wouldn't be able to upload, sadly. I sadly would not be able to upload it, but I would still be doing my hobbies, and I would be out there writing more. I would probably be doing more of my hobby since we don't have the internet. I mean, like if the internet was gonna indefinitely, we would be more focused on doing the hobbies. You know, my kids would start getting more into going outside and stuff if we didn't have internet. So yeah, okay, well, I'm gonna call it the day for this video. Right now, this is October 9th, 2000. Let me see what my watch says. Let me see. October 9th, yeah. October 9th, 2022. So yeah, look at that nice pretty sky. So yeah. Okay, so I'll see you on the next video. Alright, I'll see y'all